first things first, obviously a big loss on Saturday. You come back on Sunday. He said there's still disappointments around you guys. Is that disappointment, motivator for the rest of the season? How's the locker room been since that loss?
I mean, obviously, it hurts when you prepare for something. You had an off week the week before, so we prepared all that week and the week of the game. And so when the outcome's not what you want, of course it's going to hurt. And I mean, I didn't sleep well the night after. Just kind of went home and thought about everything. And I think it is a motivator because you know how hard you worked and you want to see a certain result. And when you don't see that result, for me, it's going to make me work harder because I know it. Obviously, I didn't work hard enough. And what else could I have done, So I think that's going to translate over this week. And we know what we put in for that last game. What else do we need to do now to put us where we want to be at the end of next week?
What are the positives that you're going to take out of this week's game?
I think we played well as a defense for about 3/4 of the game, but it's a 4-quarter game, so obviously we have to put together a complete game. There's some things we need to fix, obviously. We played well, we made plays, and there's some plays that we didn't make. So I guess we got to concentrate on what we missed and focus on that this week.
You guys have gone up against some pretty tough quarterbacks so far this season, Joel Stabby, Jacoby Brissett, and even last weekend, Cody Clement. So how do you prepare for a guy like Dak Prescott this Saturday?
I guess it goes for our defensive scheme that we'll use this week. You scheme up differently week to week, so I have faith in our defensive coordinator, our defensive coaches to give us the best scheme possible to put us in the best situation. But obviously it does, he has that running and throwing, that dual threat, so you got to prepare for both of those. You can't just focus on one.
They had a short field all game, it seemed like. How do you guys think you did against that?
I think we did well in situations. We forced field goals, forced a missed field goal, but that's kind of the bend and don't break. You got to go out there and do the best with what you've got. Obviously we weren't put in some of the best situations, but that's not our fault. So we got to go out there and do what we can to put the team in the best place possible and to do the best that we can every chance.
Y'all, we all know what Dak can do, and in the passing game and the running game. What do you see so far on film? What have you seen in the running game so far?
Just that he's going to go through his reads, and if he sees something he doesn't like, he can take off with the ball, and he has the skill set and the abilities to be able to do that and to make plays. He's quick and he's elusive, so he's not just a quarterback that's going to run and get what he can and lay down. He's going to go and run and fight through and get some extra yards if he can. So,
just your overall thoughts on Saturday, even though it was a loss.
It was a tough game. We didn't play how we wanted to. We didn't play how we practiced. I thought we had 2 great weeks of practice that led up to Saturday, and we didn't take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that we were given. Defense played lights out. Man, I thought they played very well. If they continue to play like that, we'll have a great shot at the rest of the season. We left a lot of points out there, dropped some balls. We could always do better up front as offensive linemen, opening up holes for the running game and, giving Silvers enough time to where he doesn't feel rushed and can make those good passes. I was disappointed in the overall turnout of it, but, all we can take from it is just watch the film, take our corrections, practice, and get better.
As a senior on this offense, as a leader, on Sunday, what did you come back and say to this offense? I know there were a couple of mistakes that could have changed the game. What do you say as a senior leader?
Just keep your heads up, man. I told them that after the game. It's, nobody was happy, with the turnout, but the biggest thing is it's got to be, when you're out there on the field and you're playing and you make a mistake one snap, you've got to have a short-term memory. You've got to just forget it and move on to the next, because if you dwell on it, you'll have a bad performance that next drive or that next play or something like that. And it's just, I'm telling everybody keep their heads up, keep working. We're constantly getting better every week, and I see it, the coaches see it, and I know the guys realize it. And it's just something to, it doesn't matter who we play, it matters how we play. It's not so much as oh man, we go and play Mississippi State next Saturday. It's not even about that. It's how good are we going to play? How good are we going to be? How much better are we going to get? That's the biggest thing.
It was obvious that you were having trouble with the offense getting in sync and finding that rhythm. Is that something you sense during the games? What are you saying in the huddle to try to get through that?
It was odd the first couple of drives. It was like we wanted it so much. We were so tense, and just it was taken away from just the free flowing, comfortable offense that we are. I mean, whenever we play smooth and just in sync, it feels great, and you can feel it. And yes, like you say, it felt off, but that's because everybody wanted it so bad. Everybody wanted to make it happen, wanted to make the big plays. That it was tight, tense, and we just needed to take a deep breath and calm down. And it showed sometimes that we were getting in sync, getting in rhythm. But like any given Saturday, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose, and it just didn't go the way we wanted it to.
Will you guys do anything differently to maybe loosen up a little bit before these big games?
Yeah, I think it's take a deep breath, calm down. It's a lot of young guys getting reps, and we had Tyler Laster in there at left guard, and he was, I guess a lot of it is wanting to do too much, wanting to say too much, wanting to help and call out everything. And there's probably 10, 12 different calls that we can give on each individual snap, and he's out there, man, watch the corner fire, watch the gut X, and it's just like, Tyler, man, calm down, listen to us and do what we tell you to do. And he fell into rhythm. I guess it was around the third drive. He started to calm down, and we started hitting, and just settling down, calming down, and just practicing and making those plays that we usually make that weren't made Saturday.
What have you seen out of this Mississippi State defense? It seems like they're not the typical SEC defense. They have a lot more speed than LSU's and the Alabamas and all that.
Well, I mean, up front, they're the typical SEC defense. They're big. I watched them against Auburn. I went out to my father-in-law's, and I watched it with him, and he's a big Auburn fan. He's more a Troy fan, but Auburn's his alma mater. But I watched them play, and I thought they were, a great offense and a great defense, and it's going to be a challenge for us to come out and, find the opportunities. But we're going to take advantage of everything that's given, and we're going to, take some things too from them. And I'm excited about the opportunity that we're going to get. I'm excited to see our performance against a great defense, and especially the guys beside me and mine as well. I would put up great film against a great team. That always speaks the most for who you are as a player, who you are as a person.
The sound distractions are pretty big at Mississippi State. For the offensive line, you got to listen to Brandon for the snap count. So what are you guys going to do to prepare for the Cowbells?
I think we're going to do a lot to simulate the sound, and they'll probably bring a few more speakers in, and who knows, they might even have our juice squad bring in some cowbells, for us, and they might shake them and ring them on the sideline. I think they have a Saturday Night Live skit out there. We need more cowbell. I think we'll do a good job of, making it loud out there for us in practice. They might even be talking about it right now. What are we going to do to make it where these guys can't hear and make them practice through it? But it's something that we'll adjust to, whenever we get there and start running plays. And, if it's something where I can't hear the clap or I can't hear Silvers or get that, verbal indicator, we might move towards a physical indicator.
Brandon, just your overall thoughts on Saturday night's game.
Obviously, we played disciplined. We were too tight to definitely start the game. And we were just trying to make too much happen. Starts with me, and just trying to make too much happen. Just trying to win a game on one play type of stuff and trying to have the biggest gains. We just played too tight.
After watching film on Sunday, kind of processing everything, what do you and Coach talk about after this game to kind of move forward?
It's all the missed stuff we could have had, and a lot of stuff I missed. And just playing undisciplined, like I said earlier. And it was tough to watch the game. It really was. I missed out on a lot of good plays that we could have had. And a lot of mistakes I had was pretty tough to watch too.
This week you go up against Dak Prescott, Mississippi State. This whole year you've gone up against some pretty good quarterbacks, Joel Stavy, Jacoby Brissett, and even last weekend. So how do you prepare, I guess, going up against Dak and the Mississippi State Bulldogs?
Dak's, he's Heisman candidate last year. He's a very good quarterback. I got to watch the Auburn and the Mississippi State game 2 weeks ago. So, but I don't have to go against the Dak. That's Tyler and defensive. that's their problem. So I got to worry about the defense, and that's already gonna be hard enough. So yeah, he's, like I said, he's a great quarterback, and everybody knows that.
So far, go ahead.
Were you at the Auburn game?
Yeah, I was.
Was there, obviously you can watch film all you want, but was there anything you saw with your own two eyes out there that?
Yeah, they dominated Auburn's offense. They're breaking in new quarterbacks, so maybe that was a little bit, but you know, they dominated that game defensively, and it was a good game to watch.
Anything you could see that maybe you could exploit this Mississippi State defense that you saw with your own two eyes?
Nah, Auburn runs same type stuff we did, and they didn't. They moved the ball, and I think the first drive they had an interception. So, you know, they were moving the ball a little bit, but you know, we run the same offense. But Coach Brown, you know, coached against them last year, so he'll have a good game plan going into the game.
Anybody else?
One more question. The cowbells obviously are going to be it's a pretty big factor in this weekend's game. How do you prepare for that?
Well, like every day in practice, we always have the music on. You know, it's not as loud as cowbells, but you know, we always practice with loud noises, and that's how we get ready for games like this. So I'm sure the music will be extra loud this week, and so help us prepare for this game.
Last question. We've been kind of focusing on this loss pretty big, but are you guys motivated after that to kind of go to Mississippi State and stun them?
Yeah, obviously, on offense, definitely. Defense, they play great enough to win the game. Obviously, you know, we got practice tonight, so I think we're just itching to get back out there. I know I am, and offense is ready to have a good performance this week.